Hi everyone, Melissa here, CloudMom.com, answering a question today from a viewer who wrote into me on Facebook. Make sure to check us out on Facebook, asking about her 4-month-old baby and how often he should be feeding. So here's the question, and I'm going to give my views, and I'd love for you to give yours as well on the site. So please comment on this vlog on CloudMom.com. So Mom Nicole has a 4-month-old breastfed baby, reading from my notes here. He weighs 16 pounds. Way to go, Nicole. She says he nurses every 3 hours for about 10 minutes on one side, and then he's awake for an hour or so before going down for a nap. And she's asking, can she stretch him out to the every 4-hour feeding schedule, and if so, how does she do it? So, number one piece of advice, Nicole, in terms of your feeding sessions, make sure that your baby, and obviously he's getting well fed because he's already a big baby, but make sure that after each time you feed, he's completely full. To me, for this age baby, 4 months, a 10-minute long feed, and granted, he might be a very efficient eater. Obviously, I don't have all the details, and you have to check with your doctor, and but 10 minutes sounds pretty quick. So make sure that he's totally awake. Try to get as much of the milk from that first breast as you can, getting back to that hind milk, that richer, even more nutritious milk. And then burp your baby, change your baby, play with your baby, try to keep your baby awake and make sure he's not wanting any more breast. Because I think if you fill him up even more, you might see that he's able to go a longer stint between feedings. Okay? That being said, in answer to your question, should I even think about moving him to feeding every 4 hours? To me, the issue resides in how he's doing at night. Assuming that he's gaining enough weight and your doctor says, okay, sure, fine, go to the every 4-hour feeding schedule, you have to see what's happening at night. If your baby is not doing any better at night and he's not going longer stints at night, personally, I would keep feeding him very regularly during the day because it's that process of feeding, getting a lot of the food he needs during the day and being awake a lot of the day that in my experience is what allowed my babies to start to do longer stints at night. That and the normal developmental process of being a baby. So, final point, your schedule seems really, really good. You ask about how to stretch out these feedings. One thing you might try, once you're making sure that your baby's awake and he's seeing longer stints at night, is that if he seems to be getting a little drowsy, just try putting him in the bouncy seat or some other type of entertaining, safe play mat or playing with your baby, going for a walk, doing something like that, and just try to extend the time that he's awake so that if he wakes up and feeds at 7 a.m., you're not putting him down for the nap until 9, and then you can see whether his 2-hour nap happens then, and therefore he's on an every 4-hour feeding schedule, okay? So those are my thoughts. One really, really quick note about this whole issue of how often babies feed. It doesn't totally apply because this was in the case of newborns, but I just wanted you guys to know that with quite a few of my babies, when they were born young, they were actually too tired to eat every 3 hours. It would take so long to feed them that I found that, and I had to get the permission of my doctor, when I fed them every 4 hours, they were actually more energetic and happier and more delighted eaters. So it can happen that it is a normal thing even for a young baby to eat every 4 hours, but you have to check with your doctor. Okay, so hopefully that information is clear and helpful to you. Other moms, if you have comments on moving to this every 4-hour feeding schedule, please comment on this vlog on CloudMom.com. And thank you so much for watching.